Hi, my name's Jonathan Hicks. I'm back at the Dice Cup, and this evening I'm joined by
Steve.
A-Bomb.
Dave.
and we just finished playing Gangster City, which is essentially Mastermind with suspects. So I have a hidden card here, which is going to look very similar to one of these. So there's 4 possible things on each card, which is kind of summarised at the bottom. So there's a person who could either be the scientist or the lady or the gangster type guy here. Then there's some kind of weapon, which might be a syringe or a gun or a knife. Or there's the colour of the room, which could be blue, yellow, or red, I think is the other one. Or there's actually just 2 possible motives. They could be doing it for money, or they could be doing it because of a broken heart. So I'm trying to work out what my character is. What's the combination of 4 things on my card? And the way I do that is I pick one of these cards, I might take this one, and I hold it up for everyone to see, and they compare this card with my card, and they tell me how many...
0.
0. Oh, that's interesting. So then I look at this, and I orientate the card so the appropriate number, you see you've got 0, 1, 2, 3, points towards me. So this is to help me remember that none of these things are correct. So everyone goes around and they do that, you kind of refill the cards, and when it comes back to me, I'm thinking, none of these are correct, so I want to maybe pick something that's got some different things on. So I kind of look here and, this got a few different things on, so I pick this one, I hold it up, and they tell me 3 of these are right, so that's a big change. And then you're kind of playing the old Mastermind game, so you're like, okay, none of these are right, 3 of these are right. Did they have anything in common? No, there was nothing in common, so then I probably need another card. And I say effectively you keep going. So on your turn, you either take a card and you get extra information, or you can say, I'm going to guess. And so because I know 3 of these are right, I might guess it's the... No, it can't be the lady because she was wrong. So I'm going to guess it's the scientist with the knife in the blue room for a broken heart.
No.
No. So there's no penalty for getting wrong. We just carry on going. And when it comes back to round to my turn, I can either pick another card or I can just have another guess. But essentially you're trying to get it right. And when you get it right, what was it? It was the red room, knife, broken heart, and the gangster. So that becomes a kind of a trick, if you like. Once you've won it, you put it to the side, it's 1 point. You take a new card and you carry on going. And effectively, it's the first person to get 2 points, i.e. correctly guess 2, wins the game. What do we think?
I like it, but I like Mastermind, and so what you'll find is if you play this against someone who can deduce better than you or kind of hold all this information in the head better, you might struggle a bit. I quite like it, and I also think it does the bookkeeping part of Mastermind better. You've got the orientation of the cards, it's how you keep track, and you keep it track there, and you can just look at the picture, look at the icons and say there's 2 of those, there's 2 of those and 1 of those and so on. In Mastermind sometimes you have to get, you've got the different coloured pegs, you've got the black and the yellow, the white one and so on. So it does Mastermind in what is a shorter game. Personally, I actually think there needs to be more different things. I think not necessarily more, not necessarily 5 things you're comparing, but maybe more options for each one, because I think that if you play this against someone who's good, you'll tie a lot of the time.
Okay. Hey, Bob.
Once you've got a few of the cards in front of you, it's a logic problem. If you're not very good at logic problems, it will be frustrating. If you are good at logic problems, you'll be frustrated by the sheer amount of luck involved. If you're lucky, you'll win. If you're not lucky, you won't. Yes, this is not a great game.
Dave?
Yeah, I found there's quite a lot of luck involved. That you can mitigate it a little bit by taking the appropriate card or trying to hate draft by taking the card, but yeah, there's not too much to it. If someone gets very lucky, they're just going to win very easily relative to other players. So yeah, not a big fan.
Rating?
4.
Okay.
3.5.
Okay.
I actually think there's less luck than these 2 guys think. I think if you pick the right cards and do things right, you can have a pretty good idea after 3. One side 50-50 guess after 3, the other time I got it after 3, I knew what it was. So if you get the choice to pick the right cards and you do have 3 cards out there, I think it's a fine game. I quite like Mastermind, so obviously it's going to appeal to that sort of person. Probably rate it 6.5 to a 7.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll be with Steve here. I don't really like Mastermind very much myself in terms of that mechanic, but I think it's a fine game with a couple of caveats. It is very luck dependent, so I wouldn't be keen to play it with other kind of Euro gamers, as we've got here, because they are going to feel like, oh, it's just very lucky, there wasn't anything I could do. I can see the situation in which I can see this working very well is in a family situation. If you're playing this with kids, I think it's great for teaching deduction skills. I think Steve's right in terms of the bookkeeping, keeping track of how many are correct on each of them. I think, I'd love to try this with my son. I think it'd be really good for teaching him how, if this is right on this card and this is wrong on this card, what are the possible combinations, trying to think through that puzzle. It is fairly quick, it's certainly quicker than Mastermind, so I'd give it a 7 out of 10 used within that context. I can't see myself wanting to play it with other grown-ups particularly. Alright, thanks for watching. That was Gangster City.